Welcome to I Am Simple Techie channel. This is the part 3 of the video titled Create a Responsive Homepage for an Online eShop. In this video, we will learn how to create a dynamic single column row in ASP.NET Core using Bootstrap and MVC. And then how to create partial views using ASP.NET Core on MVC. Then we will see the benefits of using partial views over normal single page razor view. Then we will pass models to the partial views, and we will also learn how to do image responsive on Bootstrap. Then we will also see how to set different image of the same for different screen sizes. Before we start, we will have a short walkthrough on our final output, and we will also walk through what was done so far. This is our final output page. As I told you in the earlier videos, it has 8 bootstrap rows. This is row number 1 and row number 2. This is bootstrap row number 3, carousel row. Then this is row number 4, single column image row. This row only we are going to do today. And this is a double column row. This is a 3 column row. There are 3 images in it, 1, 2, 3, and they are aligned side by side. Then this is the social row. We keep all the social icons in this row. And finally, this is the footer row. This is also again having 3 columns, 1, 2, and 3. That's it. We know that Bootstrap splits the screen into 12 columns and multiple rows, so that it becomes easy to design the screen based on the row. At a time, we will be working only on a selected row. For this, partial views of the ASP.NET Core is being very helpful. We have completed developing row number 1, row number 2, and row number 3 in the part 1 and part 2 of this video series. We will have a look on our final output in the mobile view also. This is the mobile view of the project. Okay. Home, about, contact. This is the carousel row. This is the notice row. Then this is the single image column row. Then this is double column row. And this is 3 image column. And the social rows. Then the footer. In the mobile view also, the site is displaying neat and looks good. Now let's start the part 3 of the video. Open up the project demo eShop from demo eShop folder. We will have a look at the source of the final output. This is the source of the final output from the browser's view source. First, we will copy the HTML source of the single image row from the final output. Now I have pasted the source to the index.cshtml, and I also copied the single image.jpg to the images folder inside the www root folder. This is the folder which will contain all the static contents for the ASP.NET Core projects. All the static files like JPEGs, JavaScript, CSS files, and other asset files can be kept inside this folder. Let's have a look at our images folder. In this folder, we can see the bootstrap images which we kept on previous video and single image.jpg which we need for this video. Let's go back to the index.chtml to do the changes in the single column row. We will go through the HTML code fast. This HTML part is looking self-explanatory. It has a container div and then a bootstrap row div. Then inside the row we have wrapper div for our image. This wrapper div is set to take all the 12 columns of the bootstrap grid across all the screen sizes. Then we use the image fluid class for the image. This class makes the image to a responsive image, and it tells the browser not to expand the image larger than its original size using a max width, and it also tells it to scale down the image if the browser window gets narrower than the image pixel width. Let's save and run the project. That's nice. Our HTML is rendered properly and we got the desired output. Let's check on the mobile view also. That's nice. In the mobile view also it is coming proper. Now we will create the model for the single column row. Select the models folder, right click and click add new item and give the name as single image row model. Change the class to inherit from the row model, smart row model. Then create a property then create a constructor set the image path property in the constructor. Okay, that's it. This is a very simple model. Okay, model is created. Now let's go to the index row model and call this model there. In the index view model, we will declare a property of type single image row model. Single image row. We'll copy it from here. And equal to new of single image row model. Then in the load default values, okay, we will create the single image row. Of single image dot jpg. It is showing a error message here because we have not created any empty constructors. So we will create a constructor with empty parameters. Now we have created the empty parameters in the single image row model. You remember earlier I told you all our row models will have an empty parameter. So this is a must requirement for our row models. Now the error disappeared. Let's go to the index.cshtml and we will call the models there. We will call the single image row dot css class property here. Then we will set the image source property to the image path property of our single row image model. Okay, we are done. Now we will save and run the project. The image does not appear in our output. There is some issue, I think. Let's see the source to understand the issue. See the source. We had directly assigned the single image.jpg. It's supposed to be images/single image.jpg because we have passed only the image name here. So we did not pass the folder name. So we need to pass the folder name also. Okay, so we will change our source slightly. Now I have inserted images before the image path. Let's save and run the project. Yeah, now the image appears. Okay, it's fine. Then now I want to convert this page into a partial view pages. Let's create our first partial view. Right click the shared folder, then click add view, then click razor view, then click add. Here click as create as partial view. Click create as partial view and give a name to the view. Normally partial view will start with underscore, then notice row. click add. It's updating. Wait for a minute, it will create. Now the view is created. Let's bind the view to some model. We'll open the index.cshtml and copy this, then paste it here. We will bind the notice row model to this view. Notice row model. Now we will move the notice row HTML section to the partial view. Control X, then Control V. Okay, here we don't need this notice row because we are already passing only notice row model. So we will remove this notice row from here. We will directly call the model.css class. Okay, then here also we will remove the notice row. We will directly call model.notifyText. Let's call the partial view in our index.cshtml. Partial async. Then our view name is notice row. Notice row. Then model is model.notice row. You need to use the await whenever you are using partial sync. Let's save and run it. Run the project. No difference. We are getting the same output, but our code is now more legible. When we are creating a very lengthy page, we can split into partial views so that we can maintain and manage the code easily. We will also create one more partial view for the carousel row because the carousel row code is very lengthy and we want to keep that in the partial view. Add a razor view, name it as carousel row and click create as partial view, then click add. Now it's creating the partial view. It's created. Again we need to bind it to the carousel row model. Let's bind it and then we will move the carousel row HTML code from the index.cshtml to carousel row.cshtml. Then since we are passing the carousel row model only to this partial view, we don't need this carousel row. Okay, so we will delete the carousel row from everywhere. Delete, then delete. Deleted everywhere. Now let's go to the index.cshtml and we will call the carousel row. HTML.partial async, then this time it is carousel row. Carousel row. Then we need to pass the carousel row here, then save and build the project and run it. See, it's working fine, no issues. So we can save everything as a partial view. By doing this way, we can maintain the code legibly and neatly. We will convert our single image row also to a partial view. Let's create a partial view for that. Now I have copied and pasted the single row image HTML from the index.cs HTML to single image row.cs HTML. Kindly have a look. Okay, now we will call our single image row partial view in the index.cs HTML. Just copy this and paste it and change this to single image row. Then we will pass the single image row. Save it and build and run it. We get the desired output. If you look at the output, the carousel and single image row looks merged. So we will insert a top padding for the single image row. Let's open the index view model.cs and here single image row dot apply top padding of, maybe we'll give 1 or 2 better. Then we will save, build. Okay, it's already running, so we will build, then run it. Now we got a blank line between carousel row and our single row image model. If you want, you can change the padding to 1. I have put padding to 2. In the output, if we resize the screen slowly, the image is becoming very small and the text is not readable. So to overcome this problem, I have created different images for the different resolutions. We have now 4 copies of the same image in different resolutions. Now we will modify the single image row CSHTML to support this feature. We will delete the current code and we will create a new. In this, I have added some Bootstrap classes to support the display. Now this image will be displayed only in the large display. We will save and run the project to check this. Now the screen is in the large display mode. I am going to resize the screen slowly. Then the image will disappear. See, the image got disappeared because we have not written any code for the other displays. We have currently written only for the large display. Let's write the code for other displays. Now I have added code for other displays also. We will save and run the project. Let's resize the screen now. See, it got changed now. We can see the pink color. This is for the medium display. Again, I am going to change to the small display. Once it reaches a small display limit, it becomes green color. Then we'll go to the extra small. It becomes black. Now the image is displaying properly in all displays. We have to write the code in model to support this change. Let's do that first. I have done some changes in the single image row model. First, I have renamed the image path property to image path LG. Then I have added 3 more properties: image path MD, image path SM, image path XS. Then in the constructor, I am setting all images to the same image path. The user will first give image path only for the LG. I will set this LG image path for all other resolutions first, and then the different images can be set through the methods add image for MD, add image for SM, and add image for XS. These 3 methods, if they want to set a separate image for each resolution. Now we are done with the single image row model. Let's go to the index view model to do the changes. Let's do the required changes in the load default values method of the index row model. Okay, now I have done the changes. I am adding the image for MD adding the image for SM and adding a separate image for XS. Just have a look on this. Then we will do the required changes in the single image row.cshtml. One sec. Now we will change the MD image. First image path MD. Likewise we will change for the SM. I'll copy this and paste it here. SM. Then we'll do the same for XS. Okay, we will save and run the project. Let's resize the screen to check whether the changes are applied properly or not. Slowly we will resize. Yes, the image got changed now. This is the MD image. We'll see for SM. Yes, we are getting the SM image also. Then for XS. Yes, we are getting the XS also. Now it's perfect. So with this, I am completing the part 3 video of the series. In the next video, we will learn on how to create the double column and triple column rows. Let's watch the part 4 of this video to continue learning. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.